Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the cards for the 13th of March 2017. How are you all? Have you been feeling the effects of the Virgo moon? I felt it massively. On Saturday, the day before it, I was just sitting and got this huge, like, sort of wave of emotion came over me, quite a lot of sadness as well, just out of the blue completely. Missing a lot of people, missing people that had passed over, just very in my thoughts, like I say, very emotional. Now, we know that Virgo is the healer, and this moon is bringing stuff to the surface, that we do need to address. So there's obviously something around that I need to look at. And also, Virgo is like the organizer as well, so I really feel that these things are coming up at the moment so that you can actually put them in order and put things in some sort of order, maybe if this is just in your brain, so if you've already had this, or look out for the next few days, see what keeps coming to the surface, see what it is that needs addressing. Okay, now that's quite interesting when we then go to look at today's cards. Um, the first card that came out, I have used the Morgan Greer deck. I needed a break from the Tarot Apocalypses because they were just so heavy. So I thought, right, okay, we'll go a little bit mellower. So we've got the Morgan Greer deck. I do love them. But the card that we've got out today is Justice. Now, when this card appears, it is telling you that you must be truthful. Okay, you must be truthful to yourself and to others. And this is what I feel this moon is coming up. Virgo is very about truth, but it's letting you arrange things how they need to be arranged. So like I say, this card is saying that it's reflecting a need for the truth in some area, and it says to you that your life is too short to live a lie, so you must speak your truth at all costs, even if your voice is shaken. Now, what sprang to mind here straight away as soon as I looked at this card, that the scales are out of balance. So this is about saying, look at what is causing an imbalance in your life, and tell the truth to yourself about it, because a lot of times, like I say, we try and skirt over the issues, but this card is saying that justice actually goes deep into the heart of the matter to find the truth. She's not bothered about the outside sort of edges, and the superficial stuff. It's like, right, what is really going on here? And it's, she's got the double-edged sword there, which will cut through all of the bullshit, and this is, she brings everything back into balance. Now, when we get justice, it can often be uncomfortable, because this often talks about the court of karmic law, right? And, this is saying that in order to tell the truth, you might have to admit things to yourself and to others that it's not going to go down too well. But what this card is saying is that you need to make a stand. Now, if we have a look at Justice here, it looks like she's sort of going up on one leg. So it's like she's ready to stand up. She's ready to stand up and speak her truth. She's ready to stand up and, stand in her truth as well, Now, a lot of people, will happily live in a lie because it is a bit more comfortable. Now, we spoke about comfortable last week, didn't we? And it doesn't rock the boat, this, so people will hide behind these veils of illusion that they have rather than face the cold hard truth of what is really going on. But all this does is keeps them living in discord, because when you are living hiding something, you are always worrying that you are going to be found out. So if you tell the truth to yourself at all times, you will then have nothing to worry about. Okay, so it's like, if you are being untruthful as well, look at why you are being untruthful. What is it you're scared of? What part of fear is around you telling the truth? Because that's where it'll stem from. It'll stem from a fear of either not being accepted, a fear of, as I've said, rocking the boat or whatever. But you need to be able to stand in your own truth. I've had a friend here today uh, and they are most one of the most stand in their truth people that I've ever met in my life, you know. And they said, I'm not prepared to pretend anymore, you know. This is who I am. And you know, it's like I say, cut through the bullshit, which is exactly what the justice does here, you know. So this is talking about truth being paramount within any sort of relationship. Now this could be romantic, friendship, work relationship, family, or whatever. If somebody doesn't like, if somebody tells you a lie or tells you an untruth, what happens is our trust for them goes. So we are constantly distrusting. So they're constantly hiding again. And then they're like, why are they distrusting? And it brings this, like, you know, because you kind of trust fully if you know that you're not to be trusted. So it's just all this bizarre mess of tangled lies, which happens when we deceive, you know. What a lovely web we weave when we look to deceive or something. I don't know the full words of that poem. So this card is saying, you know, also within this, it's not about like finger pointing. It's not about blaming others for how your life is or anything like that. Because when we point the finger of blame, there's always three pointing back at us. So this is about, you know, just standing in our truth. You know, it's not like don't admit you're guilty if you're not, but stand in your truth, you know. And like I say, don't blame anybody for anything, you know, because we can all make mistakes, you know. And then if we learn from them, that's great. But sometimes we are too busy denying them, so we fail to see how things actually are, you know. So the truth may hurt, this card is saying, but not as long as a lie will hurt in the long run, you know. So the longer this progresses, you know, it's sort of like, without telling the truth, you're going to get it eventually down the line. So you might as well sort of get it now, if that makes sense. You know, mum used to say to me, you always tell the truth, even if I don't like it, you'll get wrong. But if I find out you've lied, that's it. My trust goes for you, you know. So it's always sort of facing the music straight away, because you know it would be worse further down the line. So, like I say, this card, stand in your power, you know. If you have a look, she's got the red dress on. This is, you know, she's secure. She's secure within herself to speak her truth. And this is what often happens when we find the security within ourselves. This is when we can be authentic, and this is when we can outwardly be authentic as well, rather than keeping it in and keeping our truth hidden. So this means she's secure, but we've also got the purple veil behind. Now the purple is linked to your subconscious and your connection with the divine. So this is saying that you know you've got to do it, you know. And sorry, they've just alerted me there to the green here. The green is going over our shoulders. Now the green is connected to the heart chakra. And this is saying, you know, that like sort of love will keep you strong. You know, you've got your protection around there, you know, like these armor plates. And then we have the blue around our neck. So this is all about speaking your truth, but healing. It's a very healing color. So once you start speaking your truth, you will see that things start to heal. Okay, so it's a beautiful card, Justice. I like it, but like I say, Justice won't be swayed by emotions or anything like that. You know, it's like this is the cold hard facts, you know, and no messing around. You know, there's no buts in this, because after but comes bullshit. So this is it. You know, the truth has to be told. Now, when I picked the Osho Zen Tarot, this is it's the Six of Clouds, I think. Yep, the Six of Clouds. And what this is saying is that it's talking about mountains to climb. I mean, look at that guy in front, you know, it's like he has a mountain to climb. He's worn out, he's weary, he feels like he can't go on, you know, he looks absolutely knackered. And then if we look at the imagery on the card, you know, the reason the man is looking tired and exhausted is because he is carrying somebody else on his back who is dictating to him which way to go, you know. So this is saying that when we try to live up to expectations that are put on us by other people as well, you know, both physically, mentally, and emotionally, this can drain us in all of them three areas as well, you know. And, you know, if we have a goal or if we have a direction we want to go in, we should steer ourselves in the right direction. We shouldn't be told which way we should go. You know, it is our right to do what we want to do. So very often this card is talking about, like, you know, we get burdened down because of expectations from parents, from partners, from friends, from society, you know, and we are giving our lives away. We are allowing other people to create our destiny and, you know, to control our destiny, sorry, and to define which way we are going on life. And that is, you know, they have their own life to do that with. You know, this is your right to go where you want to go. You know, now this is like, usually when this happens, we all want love, really. And, you know, so we do this and we succumb to people's demands, you know, and their expectations of us, because we want to be appreciated, we want to be loved. But when you have love come with a condition, and it's like, I love you if you will do that, or do this my way, otherwise you're bad, you know, that isn't very good, you know. And that is like, you know, it's conditional love, not unconditional love, you know. So it's not about what would make us happy, because when you love somebody unconditionally, you want the best for that person. You want them to be as happy as they can be. And sometimes that might even make you unhappy, you know. So it's like you're doing the best for that person, you know. And that is true love, you know, when you take you out of it. You know, you don't want to control another. You know, Osho says it's like, you know, if you love a flower, don't pick it up. You know, it needs to be, you need to allow people to have their freedom, and you need to have your freedom given as well in any sort of relationship. Now, what this card is saying, if we have a look at the cockerel, it's like saying, look, it's a wake-up call. Wake up and see what's going on, you know. And it's like you can go off in pursuit of your dreams as well. You know, use your vision rather than somebody else's eyes of how your life should be. So this is saying that the burdens that you have, or that we have, you know, are a lot of them come from the actions of other people. So once we get rid of them, then our load will become lighter, you know. And this is really hard when we are sort of emotionally attached or feel tied to people and stuff like that. But, you know, somebody who was really meant to be in your life wouldn't put these unconditional demands on, which you are a good person if you follow my rules. You know, that's not cool. So, you know, really look at that as well. See, you know, are you just making somebody else's life happier and not your own? You know, because at the cost of your own. Yeah, that's what price are you paying? They're saying there, you know. So this card is saying, like, you know, you are allowing this to happen as well. You are allowing them to ride on your back, and, you know, you are allowing yourself to get weary with it. So it's telling you, it's like, now stop it, you know, walk your own path, and, you know, let others walk theirs as well. You know, so by taking these off, taking these people and restrictions and expectations off your shoulders, you know, you will lighten both your mind, body, and your soul. You know, so it's just like shrugging it off, telling the truth to yourself. You know, so them cards do sort of go hand in hand, because in the Osho card, what Osho says about this is, a man's true life is the way in which he puts off the lie imposed by others on him. Stripped, naked, natural, he is what he is. This is a matter of being and not of becoming. The lie cannot become the truth. The personality cannot become your soul. All aims and ends and ideals and goals and ideologies and systems of improvement and betterment are lies. Beware of them. Recognize the fact that as you are a lie, manipulated, cultivated by others. Striving after truth is a distraction and a postponement. It is the lie's way to hide. See the lie, look deep into the lie of your personality, because to see the lie is to cease to lie. The moment the lie disappears, truth is there in all its beauty and radiance. In the seeing of the lie, it disappears. And what is left is the truth. It's time to do something about this, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So they do tie hand in hand together, you know. So it's about telling the truth, you know. By telling the truth, you will get rid of these burdens, you know, and you will, burdens and restrictions will be gone. Now, when I looked at the Colette Baron Reid card, what we got was a card called Co-Create. Now, this card is talking, it's saying, like, you know, you might not think of yourself as a creative person, you know, but every single one of us is creative in some way. And usually when we aren't living our truth, this is when we are stifling our creativity, you know, and we are, you know, we're sticking to the rules, but you know, when we are freer, this is when we want to be creative and we want to express, you know, and it's like, this is when our soul is free and our soul wants to co-create, you know. It's about making things and making things better, you know, and putting something in the world that wasn't there before you made it, you know. It's an absolutely beautiful card. So a lot of times we lose our creativity when we get stuck in this lie of a life, you know, where we are told what to do. So what this card is saying is, by telling the truth, by getting rid of the burdens, this is when your creativity can spill out as well, you know, because this is talking about, like, you know, it's talking about inspiration, and it's like that spark of, like, spark of ideas that come up within you. But often you think, like, oh, these, because I'm connected to something more. It's like they're planted there. And this is when you are co-creating with spirit. You know, when you are shut off from spirit, you are pretty much on your own, and it's really hard to maneuver. When you connect with spirit and let spirit show you the way, and let spirit, you know, and you have these creative thought processes between you, this is when you get these, like, these spark moments, you know. You feel connected and you know that whatever you're doing is going to enhance your life in some way, because it is divinely inspired, you know. Whether this is a book that you want to write, whether this is a song that you want to write, whether this is a painting you want to make, it's something that you need to get out there, you know, and it's divinely inspired. And you will feel, you lose yourself when you actually allow this inspiration through you and through your hands in some way. You know, this is a partnership. This is a partnership where it is unconditional love. You know, you're working together for the best and for your best as well. So this is saying you can be like, you know, you can hold the paintbrush for your life as a canvas and you decide what it's going to be. You know, express your uniqueness in it, you know, express your individuality in it, you know, and say, I'm not sticking to these rules. You know, the ones I get the rules of are spirit, and I know which way they're telling me to go, and that's the best way, you know. So this card is saying, like, there's success there, you know, there's wisdom, there's protection as well. You know, it's saying you are at a really, really creative time, you know, and whatever you apply at this moment could lead you, you know, to get your dreams in the future, you know. All the ideas that you're having are channeled from a higher source, you know. So you are creating your reality, and once you get in touch with spirit and you work together about what's best for you, you know, that is when you will see the potential of what is there for you, you know. But in order to get that, you need to tell the truth. You need to put them burdens down, you know, and get your strength back. And then you need to work with spirit and co-create and make something and let your creativity flow. And then you will see joy will follow. So I hope that made sense. I hope you liked that reading. It was a little bit disjointed, I think. I'm a little bit woozy at the minute. I had one of my little head things yesterday, and it sort of affected me quite badly. But I'm fine. But if that comes across a little disjointed, maybe that's what it is. But I hope the message made sense to some of you. If anybody would like a reading, can you please get in touch? Could you please bear in mind as well the time differences? If I'm in UK Greenwich Mean Time, so you know, I cannot sort of read for some people at 12 a.m. You know, that's just not possible. You know, I am dedicated, but not that dedicated. So please be aware of time differences as well. But if you like these videos, will you please like, subscribe, share them with your friends. You know, I'm overwhelmed. I've hit over 100,000 views this weekend, so it's like wow, I can't believe it. But yeah, feel the Virgo moon energies. There's, you know, it's getting things in order. It's about telling the truth. It's the healer. A lot of things need healing, I feel, and I feel once they're healed, then, you know, there's this, like I say, this wide open door, and there's a lot of good things to come. Okay, so have a fabulous day. Sat Nam.